Hi everyone, this is Calzone, Matthew Calderon, and we are bringing you a live look at the Elite 8 round of the Player of the Year tournament from Golden T-Mobile, the league. We have two brackets, a top bracket and a lower bracket, and in the lower bracket we have a surprise former world champion, Swiper Sniper 2, Rick Coppathorn, who is alive in the top half of the bracket. And he is in this bracket because he took some time off this year and didn't accumulate enough points. In the top of the bracket, we have some heavyweights that you don't see, like two-time world champion Whammy. He's gone. And tonight, we're going to have a focus on a prime match between a player that just shot a 6 better in the event. First time anyone's ever even shot better than a 4 better in a Golden T-Mobile the League event. And he's going to be taking on Russ Lyons. So Joe Mama just shot a 6 better. Russ Lyons, they're going to be playing on Pine, and we're off. Russ Lyons will hit a mundane tee shot down this first hole, just setting up to get in prime position to try to snipe probably his next shot. Barrett's definitely using a sniper, definitely a 1-iron, although he could pull out the 0 bird. Looks like there actually is enough room here for Russ to float in a jav, but no way Barrett's not using a sniper. He's online, and he just misses right. And he'll clean up his easy putt. All right, Barrett, the 0 bird. He's got his clicks there, maybe about 6 clicks aimed right. And okay, needed a 7. And so both players tied the first hole. And now we come to another makeable pull-out opportunity for both players. Russ will be up first. Both players are really fast players. I have with good authority that Barrett played the back 9 in 5 minutes, and Russ played it in 8. That's just incredible. Russ points in. Pretty easy shot to point. And we'll see if Barrett, busting out the O-Bird sniper again. Let's see if he hits this one. And he comes up short as well, just about the same spot as Russ. So no blood, onto the third hole. And we are going to have a look here, another chance to probably float in a jab for Russ. At this point, I can't imagine Barrett doing anything other than a sniper. Russ kind of hits it a little too far, though, and he's not going to have as many options to hole out from down there with the extra slope, although he does have a straight wind. Just affects your club selection a little bit. Can't quite use a 2-iron, certainly. And he comes in just out of GSP range, cleans up. So he's on GT par pace. Barrett here with a javelin, a rare javelin for Barrett. He's at a higher elevation, so he's got more clubs at his disposal. And leaves himself a bit of a tester coming back. Left 3 should make it. Ranger putt barely creeps in on the left side. Shout out to the man, the legend, Chad Schrump. This is my first time ever trying to do what he does so well. I hope I'll be invited back to do another one at some point. And Russ puts himself there in the standard position for coming at this hole. Only a couple players will play elsewhere. I know Joel Wilborn will play down low on the hole, but this is a pretty easy shot. Russ is hoping to get the line right. The wind does not take the ball nearly as much as you ever expect on that shot coming up, and it's very easy to miss to the right side like Russ did, probably by 3 clicks or so. Barrett also probably sets up. He's going to miss it right on, probably more so. He had the right distance, so it definitely crept in more left. Timed that kind of perfectly. No blood still, and here we have another hole out look. So everything so far is setting up to give every player a chance to have a hole out. Kind of shocking that 2 players of this caliber don't have a hole out yet. Russ gets in for points. Pretty expected from a look like that, as easy as that sets up. This hole doesn't always set up this easily. Barrett's going to float a jav in as well. Definitely not a look for a... We have our first test of the event. Barrett's going to try to chip this in. Got to get a straight swipe, and bingo. Wow, what a save. That is not something you want to find yourself tested with at this point in a match that is this crucial. Russ is going to attack now probably the whole hardest look of the round so far that either player has seen, and he does it like it's a cakewalk. Nice and easy for Russ, and Barrett comes in. He's going for a hole out. This could be high risk, high reward, but he's not Barrett Detterman for nothing. And makes it safe. He probably knew that the driver isn't going to roll out that far, even to a down one pin. And this sniper just takes a while for the game to register that it stopped. Barrett cleans up, and we move on to hole number 7, still tied up. Russ is going to play to the safe spot to come in at the hole. Typically, we'll stop right there before it gets to the bunker. Barrett's going to take a more aggressive line. It's definitely not going to get to the fairway. Russ now from the fairway has everything at his disposal, and he's just launching a nice simple 3-wood in and points. Wow, both players are putting on a show. Everyone, except for that one shot Barrett hit on 5, both players are attacking everything. And Barrett's coming in. O-bird, he must know his distances. No risk, no reward, and easy enough putt to make it in. So doesn't get penalized for missing the fairway. And now we're on to the 8th hole with a great look to float it in if you can get your distance right. Barrett's just playing a nice simple 4-wood in and comes in. So it's got the distance. We'll see if Barrett hits it a little bit more right on the line. He's also playing 4-wood, and he starts off what looks to be a little more right. Let's see if that floats in. Straight swipe, and okay, same distance, just a different angle. Russ might have turned off that side view angle, and here we have another hole out look with a nice easy jab on the 9th hole. I'm going to guess neither player is going to hole out, and we're going to move on to the 10th hole, knotted up at GT par. Russ, more points. Sorry that we're not doing replays, but no one wants to see a boring jab float in for a couple points. Let's see, Barrett's going interesting. He's going sniper. This is obviously a shot that he plays often. Leaves himself a little longer putt, but definitely should clean that up. And, ooh, wow, almost missed it. Might have some nerves at this point, although he did make that great chip on 5. So we're tied up after 9 holes. We're going to be right back into it at a really tough look. Russ is attacking this hole, going straight at it. I might be learning something here in terms of how you play. Let's see what he's doing. Nope. Okay. Ooh, leaves himself a very interesting putt coming back. Right 5, 60 feet. If you're counting clicks at home, that might be a 25-click putt. Yeah, he probably only had about 23 there. So, first drop shot of the match. Let's see how Barrett attacks this hole. That was interesting for us to come at it from the left side with the wind going right to left. Barrett is definitely taking advantage of the wind here. And, okay, leaves himself a chip, but really makeable. This one's tough because that lip of the grass is higher than you think, and it really moves balls offline. That, I don't know if it was that as much moving off the line as just not having enough power, but both players drop a shot on a hole that really didn't set up with as bad a look as you might otherwise see sometimes. Barrett's putting himself in the same position, just a different ball selection. This one, not quite one that you can float a jab in unless you're just playing safe. Sniper's not a bad look here. Sometimes you can kind of get away with a grabber, with it being more back. And wow, Russ almost drops it. That's one of those ones that probably should be points even though you're not on the green. He makes his ranger putt. And Barrett's going to try to essentially do the same. Let's see if he can somehow drop a hole out. At this point, it's kind of uncharacteristic that he hasn't had any hole outs yet. Neither player has had any hole outs, actually. We're going to get through the 11th hole. Oh, wow. Yep, there it is. I don't think I called it because basically I'm saying every single hole was a hole out chance, but wow, we have our first hole out of the match. Barrett makes up for the drop on 10. On this look on 12, we don't really have a lot of issue. It's not far, the wind is helping. Pretty easy shot to drop a orbits back into the hole. Perfectly done by Russ. And let's see if Barrett can do nearly as well, although Russ's shot was great. Okay, Barrett put a little swerve on that shot coming up. Easy putt. Barrett takes a one-stroke lead to the 13th hole. Okay, this is going to be a little bit tough. You've got the wind at your face. You've got to go through these trees without hitting the branches. It's going to be a tough shot into the hole. Right here, sometimes you find that you can hit those branches on the high side if you use too high a tee. But it does look like you can get to this green and two really easily with the Maniacs. And Russ is going to be doing that. Put a little bit of slurve on this and should be an easy make position for the putt. And he is. Let's see him clean up with a straight uphill 4 putt. And now Barrett is going to do his shot. This is interesting. He didn't leave himself much of a line. Can he get over these trees? He does, and he leaves himself a little more of a bendy putt. Right one, very makeable. He drains it, and he takes the one-stroke lead to the 14th hole. Okay, sniper looks. Let's see which player can get the line and the straight swipe and drop this in. Not really a concern going over the back of the screen. And Russ just misses left. Easy putt. Barrett's going to be all over this one. He lives for a look like this. And let's see. Can he get a little bit closer? This is about the longest he's taken to stare down a shot in the entire match, and he just misses it on the other side. So split the difference between the two players. You get 2 hole outs, and this time we get none. Now, Russ is going to try to drop a jab in. This hole always plays a little weird for the distance because the ball goes more left than it goes long as it comes down there, and he gets points. Not a surprise. Really accessible pin location on this hole right here. Expect that Barrett's going to do something similar. I don't think he's aimed right enough unless he slurves. He doesn't quite slurve. And okay, yeah, his forward swipe was a little bit skewed off to the right, whether intentional or not. It kind of gave it the legs to kind of start out on the high side. So now Russ is going to this middle peninsula, and if he can make this, he's going to be in great position to get on the green. And 2, sometimes you don't even need to use a Maniacs. Barrett is going towards the far island, which is by far the easiest way to get into the hole. Oh, and he's in the rough. He's going to have a ranger in, hope that he's got enough helping wind. Russ is just going naked into this. Dirty Russ, dirty. And he just clears, just settles. Very makeable putt, uphill, right 3. Barely plays any break, and he should be in the hole, leaving him in a chance to get his stroke back. But unfortunately for him, Barrett does have the wind at his disposal and is able to get on. He should be, oh, okay, yep. He's got a putter out, got a ranger, setting up. You always want to be a little more left on this line. Hits it dead center cup, doesn't drop a stroke, despite the tee shot that wasn't quite what he expected or wanted. Russ is coming in here, dropping one in. Does it come back? It doesn't. But a great shot on a hole that definitely can give people some fits as they're kind of sandwiched between 2 of the hardest holes on the course. It's easy to let your guard down on 17. Just like that. Got 1% less and Barrett is in the drink. And he's not. So now we go to 18. Let's see if either player somehow doesn't get through this gap. Russ is coming in with a 2-iron, I believe medium tee with a javelin. Definitely knows his distance. He doesn't hit the... Oh! And that should just about end this match. He went right at it. He probably thought that he needed that stroke. Although, on Pine Coast, Sometimes a 28 can win it. It doesn't always take a 30, but Russ drops that shot. So now, critical moment for Barrett. Barrett knows his shot. He's going very confidently through the bushes with an O-bird and stops it right on the green. And let's see, can he drain this putt for the match? He does. Barrett Detterman moves on. Barrett is now guaranteed no worse than 5th or 6th place in the event. Congratulations, Barrett. Tough break, Russ. But I think this isn't the last we've seen of Russ as he goes down to the losers bracket and plays Dave Prusky, Lumpy, world's finisher number 3. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night.